Taking a look at the stream, I don't see the picks or the names, so there might be a bug on that. It's all right. We'll just suffer.
Bring the mega death.
So it'll be interesting to see what the Manatees pick. I know that they do like the double healer comps, but it's not really very effective on Sky Temple because you do have to sacrifice a global often to make those team fights work. Let me check. Weird, I can hear myself, but I can't hear you. You're really bad at this. It's definitely working in Discord, it's just not picking up on the stream. Correct. You have to unmute yourself. Well, looks like we've got plenty of technical difficulties to deal with while Prime tries to figure out how to unmute himself. All right, well, Prime, you try to figure that one out, and we'll move forward with the picks and bans. It looks like we just did a Li Ming ban, which pretty strong ban. Will help them zone away from the cap points. They've also picked up a Greymane and a Lucio, two strong picks together. The Lucio will definitely help them kite away from the damage. We've got a Murd and a Brightwing so far, so we've got globals on one side and a potential global on the other. ETC could either go a global ult or a Mosh. With a Brightwing pick, we'll probably see the ETC pull out the stage dive because there's plenty of interruptibles on the other side already.
I'm sorry to interrupt, guys, but Primate, you're muted on the stream.
Yeah, I think he's
fixed aware. He's trying to.
Yeah, I think I just fixed it, and I wanted to double check. It's on a 2-minute delay, so it's going to take a second. But I believe the default device wasn't selected correctly. I appear to have audio levels in my microphone now. So
I see. Just wanted to pop in to tell you that.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, so they did pick up Gul'dan and Varian. Lucio Greymane. Did they pick the... No. Oh, they picked the Greymane into the Brightwing? Interesting. Probably not the best move there by Frank's Furters. But they still have a pretty decent team comp here so far. We're going to have to see what they use to complement everything. They're tying the proverbial bow around the gift here that they hope to give to Winston, Churchill, Manatees. They are taking their sweet time trying to figure out what's going down. So we picked up... Interesting. Okay, so we picked up another global in the form of Falstad. Diva, interesting pick. Some people swear by her. I'm not a huge fan. What's your thoughts rather on the Diva pick there, Cheeks?
Well, if you'd been listening earlier, I thought the Leaming Ban, and what did you say? That which one were you asking me about?
Diva. They just picked up Diva there.
Diva pick. I like Diva on this map, mainly just because you can drop the bomb on the middle of the camp and zone them off of it.
Yeah, that's very true. The anti-camp pressure there, that's pretty big.
Yeah, so far so good. So we have a potentially, two globals. We'll likely see the global pick out of the ETC and then the Falstad. So, I mean, really, they could zone them off the point. They could gust them off of the boss with Falstad. A lot of value from that side of the screen here. Although not without merit against a Varian pick there, which could easily lock down the Lucio, stop a sound barrier, and put them in a good position. So.
And you also have the lockdown of the polymorph against the Gray Main that kind of counters that aggression a little bit. So they have good lockdowns on some of the other enemies on Frank Furters there. But Winston just picking up the Lunara. I know that's a popular pick in your opinion.
Actually, no, I would not have selected the Lunara here, and the reason for that is that Lunara is primarily a spread damage hero, so she kind of thrives on dealing a little bit of poison damage to all of them, and Lucio kind of thrives on healing a little bit to everybody, so be interesting to see how he builds her. You can build Lunara in a way that does some single target damage and really destroy Lucio, so we'll have to see how that plays out.
So we're not grabbing Splintered Spear here.
This would be one of those times when, yeah, I would say not the Splintered Spear.
I knew you were always wrong, and that's why you're a bad player. Anyway, let's continue here. About to start up the game. Sky Temple. Let's see here. What do you think about the Gul'dan pick here?
Honestly, I'm a big fan of Gul'dan, and I think he's underutilized in a lot of games. He's going to do a ton of damage, but again, I mean, it's going to depend on how things play out, because we've got Gul'dan with a lot of spread damage, and then we've got Lunara with a lot of potential spread damage, and then we've got an AoE healer. So, if they're not able to get enough damage off on a single target at one time, they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it shakes out between these two groups of players. I'm not sure what the skill levels here are. But it seems like it's just two teams going at it here in NGS Season 3. I don't know how I feel about Sky Temple in general as a map. I think it's pretty crap map.
This is one of my least favorite maps, and I feel like a lot of it comes down to either picking specialists and split pushing or building a really strong team fight comp. But what will be fun here is they both built team fight comps. So we're just going to have to see him go all out on a point, and whoever wins comes out ahead.
That's very true. There's a lot of potential for action against these two teams here. We have the good luck, have fun coming out early. I don't know if I would have gone that route. I probably would have said, you suck, suffer, etc.
Yeah, suffer, die. You always want to intimidate them,
Exactly.
Just make sure that they know that you know that they're going to die.
Well, yeah, you set the precedent, essentially. Okay, so we have names of the players now. Grover is on Varian, so that's pretty interesting.
Interesting pick, because Grover's typically the healer main, and he does play a lot of tanks, though, so nothing really too unusual here.
The other player that I have seen play is K Wolf, and he's pretty decent at the DPS role, so I think that he may excel here. We see Falstad already starting the soak top.
So they're sending holding the Diva mid, so they definitely don't want to fight over caps or mids this early. Interesting, though, they probably should, because we've got a Varian. Varian, is extremely weak until level 10, so they'll have a little bit of an advantage in the early fight if they were to choose to break one out.
Yeah, it looks like they only got a minor advantage in regards to the soak here, so...
Yeah, as far as the talent selection goes, I mean, Lunara's talent, yeah, we always see that with natural perspective. Looks like Brightwing's going to pick up Hyper Shift, which will give him some great mobility around the map, plenty of shields, overpower on Varian, and Gul'dan's going Corruption. ETC picked up the Block Party. That's probably an okay skill, although the vast majority of their damage is going to be coming from magic at this point.
I don't understand the Seasoned Marksman build from, well, I guess I could see that. Okay, never mind. I'm going to redact that statement. I guess I do, because you already have the range poke from the Chilean cocktail build from Greymane, so adding like a boom hammer or something like that from Falstad, it might not be the best move here, but We'll have to see how this shakes out. So far, the lanes are staying pretty even. Everybody's keeping the soak going, so it doesn't look like there's too much advantage one way or the other. A lot of odd rotations.
Yeah, the rotations are a little bit sporadic, and it doesn't look like they're really playing too much to an advantage in one particular lane. It would be very interesting to see if both the Falstad and the Brightwing collapse for a gank, but it doesn't look like they're going to be taking advantage of that.
Got a little action here.
ETC slides. No, yeah, he's going to get away with that jump.
Of course, we've got the Muradin there with the trusty leak.
Yeah, Diva's already almost got a bomb, so he's been managing his energy pretty well. Wonder who's going to go for the first camp. We've got the temple coming up, so...
Looks like Falstad's flying down. What are we doing here?
Would be smart to pick up a siege. Yep, here we go, starting up the siege camp.
But we have a counter presence on the other team here. They're responding.
Yep, so it just looks like it's pretty even so far. Both going to pick up the siege. Neither one's paying for it.
Let's see here. So far, okay, we're keeping the pressure down on bottom. Now we've got the Winston Churchill Manatees siege camp coming, trying to counter this Frank's Furters siege camp. Rover's taking a little bit of damage here. He is, again, as you said, he's a little bit weak pre-10, so it's going to be interesting to see how Winston Churchill's Manatees tries to mitigate that and come out ahead.
All right. Did you want to put the names of the teams on the stream just so people could see it?
I can do that, but probably for the next game. Well,
so,
yeah, I have to.
All right, so we got a fight breaking out in the middle. Looks like ETC slid in, had a good slide. Gul'dan's, he needs to drain. Oh, out of position. Gul'dan locked out of position. Stepped way too far ahead. Way too far ahead, didn't drain in time, and put himself in a bad spot. So they're going to need to regroup and give that one. Boy, that's going to lock him out of top, too. Diva's got the bomb, but she is really low. So if Lunara just walks out there and breaks that bomb... Oh, Diva broke!
Oh, wow,
Diva broke without popping the bomb. That's
so
huge.
Big.
That's huge.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so in that situation...
Yeah, meanwhile, she's...
Boy, she should have either gotten off the point or blew the bomb, but now she's going to be out of her mech and have to build that all the way back up. So the last 5 of the shots are going to go... to what is it, Frankfurt's team?
Frank's Furters is the red team. I'm sorry. Yeah. Once more, again, sorry for the lack of names here. The blue team, the guys on the left, are Winston Churchill's Manatees, and then we have on the right Frank's Furters. So that's
these names are so fun.
I know. I do want to point out one thing, real fast. Sorry, not to interrupt. Suffer die. We had both globals sitting in the bottom lane, so we had both Brightwing and Falstad. Really good strategy by both teams to keep that presence there and just make sure they try to keep an even soak game.
Yeah, it was kind of a mute there because a moot point because either of them could have TP'd. I think Brightwing maybe could have saved the Gul'dan there after the misstep, but then he would have lost the soak bottom. So probably smart to just hold there.
We got a pick on top. Lunara died. We missed the action there, but it seems
like... It was a false stat rotation, I think. Yeah. All right, so now we got an uneven matchup bottom, 3 versus 2. They should be able to at least hold the lane.
We've got Diva with a full pool of health and a giant bomb as well, so we'll have to see what happens here. He could burn that real fast and try to get some building destruction and rush that 10. Perhaps get another fight here, get another pick.
If they wanted to, they could get aggressive on a camp, too. I mean, with the Diva bomb, there's really not much you can do when you pressure and then blow the bomb. But that would be extremely aggressive, and they've only got 1 level lead right now.
Soon they shall bask in my glory.
All right, so Temple's up. It looks like we're moving to the Bruiser camp on the Manatee side. So
Diva's starting the siege camp on Frank's Furters.
Taking a lot of damage on that, though. They probably... Well, I guess I'll have the Gul'dan tank it.
Yeah, this isn't a great setup for them here.
The camp will help them, though. They're going to need that pressure before they start a fight top bottom because they've already got 10.
Yeah, that's great pressure. Yeah, that is a phenomenal point. Diva didn't finish the camp bottom, so there's nothing.
Interesting. So the ETC took Mosh. They've got a lot of Mosh counters for that. I mean, you've got the Stun on Muradin, you've got the Polymorph, the Emerald Wind, the Gul'dan Fear, so that's a little bit, I'd say, pretty ballsy.
That's, dare I say, disrespectful against this team. Like that's, you have to be so confident in your ability to mosh to just...
3 people. Yeah, so he's going to be going for the 3 mosh suffer doom every time. We'll have to see how that pans out.
I wonder if this guy's a playmaker. We'll have to see. That is Dallying Pig. That is actually the team captain for Frank's Furters.
Yeah, wow.
So
we got Avatar, so no Haymaker Playmaker, but
that's okay.
Emerald win. That's good. We would expect that.
I don't see too many people pick up Haymaker. That's just my experience. I don't know.
No, there's a few bad players out there that love that skill. I personally do not like it. Horrify, obviously, on Gildan, and then Lunara went the Thornwood, which, so, remember we discussed that Lunara was well countered by the Lucio?
Yes.
Going Thornwood is,
that
that puts her in a rough spot,
right.
yeah. So, in order for Lunara to properly counter the Lucio, he would need to pick up Wild Vigor, and then Leap would be the best way to deal with him. He went the Thornwood Vine, so that's going to cause him a little bit of trouble in dealing single target damage.
Which is going to be a big issue against that Lucio.
But huge ballsy play up top there, so the Manatees are going for this camp.
Yes,
Boy, they are not going to get that one. This is not going to go well for you folks.
Yeah,
you got a bomb. You got
definitely dies here.
Yeah, you're dead.
I think...
And Varian suffering.
No,
yeah,
he's gonna be okay though. But yeah, that was...
they fully saw them do it. They definitely sat on top of them, and they were just waiting for the moment to take the camp and get the kill. So,
not to be outdone, Greymane also decided to grab Siege for Frank's Furters on the red team there. So we have lane pressure in both.
So now we've got an aggression. Aggressive play here. It's 12-13 though, so they do have the talent tier advantage.
Yeah.
Looks like, they're just going to give that, freebie. I mean, the Falstads, he did go Gust, right? Please tell me he went Gust. Yes, okay. So we've got Mighty Gust on Falstad, so he's going to have a whole lot of control over every camp and every boss point that they're going to have to really pay attention to.
Now, here's one of the arguments that you will always be able to make for D.Va. Okay, well, before Brightwing decided to leave. There was 2 top, and you might argue that you'd be able to take that temple for the blue team for Winston's Manatees, but with that D.Va having that full bomb, it's really good to zone those people out. But Brightwing did go bottom.
You know, one thing about that camp that they got beat up on, the Bruiser camp, I guess Brightwing could have Z'd in and Emerald Winded that. That's a possibility. But they did not execute that, if that's what they were going for.
And that's also a global and an ultimate just to get a Bruiser camp, and maybe no guarantee of access.
So we've got a lot of spread damage going on, and this is that problem that I said that they would run into. Notice that they keep going a little bit down and back up to full, so corruption just getting healed right up. Alright, Varian in. There's the Gust. Okay, that's odd Gust there. I felt like they would have wanted that engage, but I guess they want the D.Va tops.
They don't have the D.Va. I think they were just trying to play conservative there, and they got a
safe. It was a safe move. Yeah, it was definitely a safe move.
Ooh, that corruption quest stacked. Look at that damage on the ring.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my goodness, what a great
combo.
CC combo.
Great fear, great combo, great taunt.
That was phenomenal.
Varian really set that one up with that taunt, caught him out of position, and you know that he spied them in the mid lane, so he knew that he was free to make them.
I don't know if you noticed this, but I think Grover actually misclicked. I think he was going for the Greymane, and he ended up taunting the D.Va. But for whatever reason, Greymane decided to stick around, and then Gul'dan was able to get that fear that kind of put them over.
Okay. Now this is dangerous.
No, they should definitely do this. This is the right.
Yeah, I definitely think that now that they've spied them top, that they can get away with it. But if Falstad were to gust them off, that would be a big game change.
That is very true. Yes. Interesting. Muradin leaks out. Yeah.
A little late on that.
The other team's going to start to respond to this early. Grover is going a little ham here. No, he's doing all right. Okay. All right. The other
doing okay.
Looks like they're going to try to push with this.
Oh, nice taunt, but he's got a bomb. Is he going to blow it? Yep, there it goes. That's probably a good
Look at that damage, though. See, the corruption damage is... I think mixed with the Lunara, I think they're going to be okay here.
Yeah, the corruption's great, especially in these little corridors here, where everybody's kind of forced in the same point.
Yeah.
And if she, I see what they were going for. They're whipping on top of the corruption. So, I mean, they're just trying to basically do so much that it can't keep up. Lucio did just hit 15. the Hejuvencia is going to be real trouble for them.
That's the heal on percentage of life talent.
Exactly, yeah. It's a super strong AoE heal. So even if they were to hit a Corruption and all the Lunara hits, it would still be able to probably heal 90% of that damage back.
Interesting. Well, we're going to have to see if they're able to outdo it here. It looks like Frank's Furters is taking the Winston Churchill's siege camp. They are not able to respond in time. In fact, Grover kind of caught out here.
Oh, we got ETC. Now, is he going for that Mosh? We have not seen the Mosh yet.
We have not. They haven't got much value out of it. He may try to do it here.
Oh, what do we got? Oh, good.
He turns it around.
But it's the two tanks. It's the two tanks that directionally went backward.
See, I feel like Dallying is trying to pick his shot, but I'm worried that he's never going to get that time to actually pull the trigger. I feel like that was a good time to... After the Horrified launched and the tanks went back, I feel like he could have probably power slid in and got that Mosh off.
Oh, this is not going to go well. They knew that they were in there, checked it with the False Dead Hammer, and now they're going to take that camp for free.
Look at this.
They're going to take the camp for free, get the kill on the Bright Wing, and then they're going to set up for the temple. That is going to be huge value.
The Manatees, unfortunately, on the blue team are in a real bad spot. Lunar is going to respond to this camp, so is Murden. They're going to try to clear this. It looks like the whole team is. But, of course, they do have that looming pressure.
Yeah, it's just going to be a free temple for them at this point.
Yes.
Oh, and they're going to be... Oh, now this is a dangerous play here. So we know that we've got two people on cap. The blue team doesn't really doesn't know if that's actually two people or just one person. Now they know it's just one. But they know that they're split, so that could have been an engage if they'd have moved a little bit faster.
Yeah, it appears that they lagged behind just a little bit.
Here we go. Here it comes. All right, so we're going to see that Lucio come out here. Yep. The beat comes down.
Oh, he finally dropped the Mosh, getting two.
Uninterrupted Mosh. Okay, the Fear was down on cooldown. Now it's back up. Threw it out.
That's interesting.
Even got a lot of damage coming out. A lot of damage coming out.
Ooh, look at this. Oh, he's pumping the damage. Greymane dies here. Maybe, no.
No, he doesn't. No. Greymane doesn't die because Lucio's going to be able to heal up that dot. Okay, so here we go.
The move here is probably... Yeah, okay.
Lucio needs to boop him off. Perfect. So they're all safe, and Lucio's going to heal them all right back up. Bright Wing's going to be a little bit slower on that.
No worse for wear very much on the blue team other than K-Wolf taking that Jelaine cocktail to the face. Goldan should be able to kind of get everything up here shortly, and of course we have the Bright Wing sustain as well.
Yeah, we're just seeing that Lucio just kick out huge healing numbers. I wouldn't be surprised if he hit 100k this game just because of that dot damage.
They did have that fort there, which was kind of a barrier to entry. I feel like they could have dove a little bit more had that not been there and gotten those kills, but unfortunately it was just... If they would have dove, it would have been a rock and a hard place, and it just wouldn't have been a good engagement. We have some action here mid. It looks like a gank attempt, and it will be successful.
Oh, look at it! Oh, Bright Wing was just a few seconds late. That shield would have saved him, and it probably could have Emerald Winded to ensure that everybody got away cleanly, but it was just literally 1 second late.
That is too bad. Right now we are dealing with more mid-pressure from Frank's Furters, the red team. We also have the Bruiser camp pushing top.
Yep, we got 2 siege camps open, so I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see them capitalize on both of those. And that will set them up to be in a good position for both the temples. The temples will now be on keep 2 because they were smart and broke both the walls down.
Oh, that is true. Well, we have a tower on the Churchill, and then we still have a wall. But
so they had plenty of time to get that second siege camp, but instead they decided to spend the next 20 seconds setting up on the temples, which could be a good play. It's always good to be in position first. Now, will they go for both is the question. And I personally here, yep, this is exactly what I would say they should do. Put the falset on top, get a couple of shots, and then fly down and maybe even just pressure the bottom keep at that point.
That's a very good play, yeah. I didn't think about that. That's okay, yeah. So we already have the...
Yep, falset's going to need to fly off. Oh, but Lucio's coming up to get him out of there. Why? Oh, he was late, but he dodges.
They are running...
Diva's still sitting on the cap down there, so they're getting plenty of shots on the keep, and they survive.
They are fighting a man down, but it doesn't
no, the like 4 here is being so aggressive. I don't really see the reason for that. They don't have their Diva. Here's where they could throw the game. They're even talent tier. There's really no reason. They're going to get a keep either way. Why not just sit till 20, I guess?
I think they smell blood in the water a little bit. I feel like they're very confident against this team so far with the way that the momentum has kind of been swinging. So they are playing a little ballsy. We'll have to see if that
Yep,
will work
Diva's in, so now it's an even 5v5.
Alright.
They got level 20 coming up here soon. If they get a kill, it's going to hit 20 for them.
We do have the avatar pop. It looks like they were trying to...
Gust off. You're off. Fel said he is done for over there.
Tons also went down. This is a good re-engage for the Manatees here. They are,
Absolutely, they could actually end the game
Diva
right
bomb,
here.
Diva bomb. Okay, that disengage got dropped heavy.
The pressure is going to be really difficult for them to deal with, even though they had a huge pick there and a big lead.
Yes, yeah, the 2 keeps going down for them isn't great. We've got another Siege Camp pushing bot, but it won't get too much.
Okay, Greymane's going straight to the siege. Is he going to get away with that is the question. Will they check it?
They do have ETC. Oh, they're starting the boss. This could be catastrophic for
Well,
the
Falstad's dead, so it's actually a pretty smart play
They
here.
do not have Gul'dan, unfortunately, so we'll have to see how fast
Oh, yeah,
they work.
Gul'dan's got to clear. Oh, okay,
the mosh
now
pit
that
could
it's
be coming
forward.
soon. They're looking for the Gul'dan. They don't see him. They're trying to engage the boss. I think both teams just disengage here and call it even Steven.
Well, yeah, I mean, we know that the Manatees want to pick up their 20, so they're trying to, well...
The Manatees also have Bright Wings, Emerald Wind, however, so maybe they do want to burn this and then just play on the hope that between the Horrify and the
Falstad's going to be there any second, though, just in
yes,
time
here
for
we
that.
go.
And he's got Fly. Here it comes.
We'll have to see who pulls the
Here
trigger
it comes,
first.
here it comes. Oh, no gust, no gust.
Frank Furters they got it. Despite the Emerald Wind, they still got the boss and picked up 3 picks. It is looking like this may be...
Yep, I don't know if they're going to be able to come back from this one here.
Yeah, we have action on the Bright Wing. The Gul'dan gets by the skin of his teeth, but he will be cut... Oh, no. The Gul'dan...
The Gul'dan
Get outta
lives to
here.
tell the he'll live to tell the tale
this
of the
is-
core going down.
Yeah, he saw the village burn down, so to speak.
Yeah, this village is it's pretty hot. Overall, a good game. Lots of momentum swings, though.
Yeah, it was back and forth. By no means was this a blowout by either team. It was a great effort, but it just it turns out that the Manatees are just bronze players. You know what I mean? They're just they're very bad at the game. So
I think that's a little cold and cruel. I mean, they're all probably bronze.
Oh. Alrighty, so that was game 1.